Hi everyone, it's Donna here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make my spaghetti bolognese. I'm using quite cheap ingredients. Keep the cost down. We all need to keep the cost down at the moment. So I've got a beef stock pot, basil, hot chili powder, which is optional, we just like a bit of spice, black pepper, oregano, salt, tomato puree, carton of passata, chopped tomatoes, beef mince, which isn't the deer mince, it's the cheaper mince. I just drain off the fat when I'm cooking it. Sugar to sweeten the tomatoes, leek, mushrooms, onion, a couple of large carrots grated and a medium-sized courgette grated up, and some garlic cloves. So yeah, I think I've mentioned everything. So that's what I use. You can add other ingredients you want. If you don't like something, just maybe put peppers in, chopped tomatoes. Mind you, you've got quite a lot of tomato. But yeah, I'm going to get started. I start off by browning the mince. I use a wok because it gives me plenty of room. I don't use any oil. I just let the fat from the mince do its job, and I will drain that off once it's fried up a little bit, because quite a bit of fat does come out of this mince. Right, just break it up as it's browning. As you can see, that fat I will drain off. This is just to keep it cheap. We all need to save a bit of money at the moment with all the bills going up. So that's why I'm trying to use the cheapest ingredients. Let that brown a little bit more and I'll get it drained. I've drained off the fat and I've added the onion. I'm just going to cook that for a little bit, soften the onion up. When I pour the drain the oil off, I get a large saucepan lid and then I drain it back into the packet. And that's all the fat that's come off, look. Saves it going into your body. Right, I'll just get that softened, the onion softened a bit, and then we'll get on to the garlic. Right, that's the onion softened up. Now I've crushed all the garlic with a garlic crusher. And I'm just going to add it in. Mix that around. Smelling good already. I don't like to cook the garlic too much like this. Try and heat down a little bit. I don't want it burning. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand. I'm going to end up on the floor in a minute. Right. I'm sorry, I've just banged. Okay, ready for the rest of the veg. I've just added the leek. Just mix that in for a minute. Before adding the mushrooms. You can chop this as small or as big, or leave it as big as you want. But I do recommend grating the carrot, because carrot takes quite a while to cook. And with it grated, it cooks quicker. Yeah, I'll get me mushrooms. I've got the mushrooms in. Just cook them for a couple of minutes. Just keep stirring them around. Like I say, you can chop them as small or as big as you want. You'll change up the veg if you don't like mushrooms, and change things around a bit. Like I say, this feeds us. We're a family of 4. We're all adults. I've got 2 grown-up sons. But this will feed us all. And I forgot to say, I also use this same recipe for my lasagna base. So I use this for my lasagna or my bolognese. Just put in my carrot and my courgette. I'm going to give that a good stir around. Let it cook for a few minutes before adding the rest of the ingredients. Alright, that's all the veg in. And cooked for a bit. Now I'm going to add all the herbs and sugar and pepper, and sugar's optional. I just do it just to sweeten it up a bit. And the herbs, I think I use a tablespoon of oregano and basil, about half a tablespoon of the chili. Obviously that's optional as well. Obviously just use what you want according to your taste. Now you like it. But yeah, I'm going to give all this a bit of a mix in, all the herbs, before we get in the tomatoes. Mixed all the herbs in that in, and now I've added my stock pot, whatever you call them, stock pot, and my tomato puree. I use about half a tube of tomato puree, but you don't have to use that much. It's just the way you like it. Right, we just got to get that all stirred in. Melt down that stock pot before adding all our tomatoes. Our tomato and our passata. Right, that's the tomato puree and the stock pot all mixed in. Starting to smell good. So now, just move my spoon out of the way. We have the tin of tomatoes. So this is just supermarket cheap brand tomatoes. And the same with the passata. I'm going to pour that in now. Passata is just sieved tomatoes basically. This will make it into a nice sauce now. Get that mixed in with everything else. Right, all the tomatoes and the passatas all mixed in. It's bubbling away nice. I'm going to put it on a lower ring in a minute, and I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to just let it simmer, stirring it occasionally for 40 minutes maybe. Could be an hour, depending on when everybody gets home from work. And there we go. There it is, simmering away. I'll probably leave it for about 40 minutes and then turn it off and wait for the tribe to come home and then cook some pasta and warm it back up. But yeah, like I say, I've used all quite cheap ingredients, and I mean, I'm not a chef. I wouldn't say that I'm great at cooking, but that's the way I make my spaghetti bolognese. And like I say, I use the same recipe, but instead of putting it on a plate with pasta, I'll layer it with the lasagna sheets and sprinkle cheese on the top with the white sauce. Stick it in the oven, and then you got a lasagna. And you've cooked it all in one pot. It's smelling quite nice, I must say myself.